Blighty Boxing in association with Queensby Promotions and Frank Warren. We're here at the Everton Red Triangle with the founder of the gym, Paul Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks. I wouldn't say founder. I mean, the place been going about 100 years, but I've been here about as a boxing trainer 30 years probably. Yeah.
Did you box here as well?
Yeah, I boxed here in the 80s, and now I've been a coach here for about the last 22 years or so. So yeah.
Right, I'm going to take you back a little bit. The last time I came here to see you was before Jazza Dickens' Rigondo, the first one that never happened at the, I think it was supposed to be at the Echo Arena, I think. At the time, you had Jazza, there was Satchel, Kevin Satchel, unbeaten, I think unbeaten for European champion, Ryan Farag, others maybe, but it seems like you've had a complete changing of the guard in the intervening years.
You know, boxing, like, you know what it's like, it's changeable, innit? And so Kevin Satchel retired, James moved on, Ryan, I think Ryan has had one or two fights since, but I don't even know if he's still boxing anymore. I'm not sure. But we've got, you know, this gym has always brought through its own champions from the amateurs right through, so we don't wait around for things to happen. As we're busy in the background. So while that's, you know, while things have been moving away in that area, underneath the work's been getting done. So we've got a young crop now of little beasts really out getting ready, you know, to be fighting, be keeping the heads down, working hard, and yeah, they're ready to make a big splash.
I'll ask you, when you have like fighters moving around, was it sort of at the time a bit hurtful, or you know, you had a fallow period, or was it the fact that you knew you had this vibrant crop coming through to get your teeth into and you just moved straight onto that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you can approach these things. Boxing's, you know, I don't like to say anything bad about anyone. Everyone's different and everyone does their own thing. All I can do is the boxers who I work with, give them 100%, and the lads who are deserving of my time and effort, you know, put everything into them. So I don't have, I don't get bogged down with bad feelings and petty stuff like that. It's just a case of do the job and you know, keep producing and keep moving forward.
It genuinely looks now, I mean, it's not like you've got a team of fighters here, it's like you've got a squad, isn't it? And they're similar ages, similar experience, but one thing, they all seem to be nasty, mean streak punchers. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, in the ring, in the right way, yeah. But I believe in bringing them through in that way, because that's what the you know, the fans want to see. You know, they want to see. I always think, as a boxing fan, I want to see sort of educated, you know, brutality in its own way. I don't want to see anyone hurt or anything like that. But those fans want to see these lads going in and performing, and they don't want to see them dragging journeymen 6 rounds and 8 rounds week after week or whatever it is. They want to see something new, something dynamic, something explosive. So I train the boxers in that way to go for the, you know, to go for the sensational wins, to box a certain way, to fight a certain way. The psychology of getting the knockout or getting the stoppage against sometimes unwilling opposition, you know. As we all know, it's often when you've got a professional survivor in there, someone who survived it 100 times against top lads, you know, and getting rid of them isn't easy. But you've got to look good. You want to learn from them, but you've got to look good as well. So yeah, it's something that we definitely put into the training.
It's quite interesting to hear you say that, because, and I think you're right, and to get fans to follow this sport again in big numbers, people do want to be entertained. We do seem to have an awful lot of back foot counter punchers coming through, and while it's beautiful to watch for purists and everything else, it's not necessarily going to appeal to the masses.
No, absolutely not, because you look at like UFC, them lads are drawing bigger crowds than the boxing in a lot of cases. People, we like, you know, there's a beauty in all styles of boxing, and if you're a back foot counter puncher, fair enough, you know, when you go at it, great, but there's an artistry in coming forward without being it as well, and being able to land. And what we've got now, I think personally, is from amateur system, a few years ago, 10 years ago or so, there was a change in maybe a little bit more now, but there was a change to a ridiculous point scoring system in amateur boxing, which took everyone's, no point throwing a jab anymore and building your attacks off a jab. You're not getting scored on a jab. No point going to the body, you're not getting scored, you're not scoring body punches. No point going to the throwing combinations, you're only getting scored for single shots. So it breeds people who box to the system, a lot of sort of pot shotters and runners. And then these lads come through and turn pro. I could name quite a lot, but you probably already some coming into your mind already, who've done exceedingly well, as amateurs off that system, turn pro and realised, whoa, I can't fight. I don't know what these lads are doing. All I can do is pot shot with one hand and run away, and then over 12 rounds, those things, you can't do those things. You need economy of movement, you need to be able to slip and move your edge, you need to be able to block, you need to be able to counter punch in combination, you need to be able to fight on the inside and the outside. You know what it's like. Those lads at the top level, they ask all the questions of you then. You go out and you're doing well on the outside, well, they'll take you to the inside. You're doing well moving left, well, they'll move you right. You're doing well to the head, or you can defend well to the elbow, they take you to the body, and they improvise and adapt, and that's my take on it anyway.
You're in a city where football dominates. I mean, you've got one massive institution and another team there as well. So does that make it harder for the boys, with the football side of things?
It's hard to say because, as you said there, look at Josh Warrington, the football. If you can tap into the crowd and you get behind you, it can be massive, can't it? So it's a tough one. But then at the other end, it's a competition for the resources. Do I go to the match this week, or do I go and watch this boxing event? So I don't know. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, and hopefully. You never know, do you hear people who'd have thought Josh Warrington was, we know Josh, he's been inspired all the time, lovely lad, and before he made it big, he really struggled to sell the tickets, and then suddenly a switch, and then the crowd got behind him, and then, he's bringing in a fortune.
3 of your current squad signed by Frank Warren, Nick Ball, Andrew Kane and Brad Strand, so just give us a little flavour of what fans can expect from those 3, and then after that I'll ask you just to tell us about the rest of the team.
Okay, those 3 at the minute I see as sort of like a spearhead of what's to come. So those 3 at the minute are I'd say a step ahead of the other young boxers, although the other young boxers aren't far behind and they're nipping at the heels. So you've got Brad Strand, who was a 2018 ABA champion, a 4-time national champion, and is an outstanding boxer, fast standard, super bantam, powerful, snappy, and is learning the pro game and is adapting to it quickly. Then you've got young Nick Ball, who's 11-0, who's lighting up these shows like you wouldn't believe, and people are paying to see him, and the shows are getting a reputation on the back of the things these lads are doing. He's a wrecking machine, Nick Ball. He's got it's like the Hulk. He's got limitless stamina, strength, power, speed. It took me a while early on when he turned pro. So I spent the first 4 fights just asking him to be calm and bringing him on well and getting the right type of matches just to get him rounds. And then all of a sudden I could see the developments in him. It was happening fast, and so we let him off the leash, and he's really exciting. He's got a very, very bright future, and he's exciting to watch. He's something where you watch and you think, wow, I haven't seen anything like this for a long time. He's like a featherweight Marciano, but with skills and talents that can't compare him, of course, but that Marciano didn't have. And then I've got Andrew Kane, who's 4-0. Andrew was a 4-time national champion as well. Andrew's got he's one of those styles as well. When people see him, they think this is not the norm, this is not usual, this is a special kid. Amazing ability, big puncher. He's had 4 now. They've all been stopped KOs. He's a great body puncher, versatile. He can do pretty much anything in the ring, and he's bright. I've had him since he's been about 11, actually, and very intelligent boxer. Something to see. Again, I can't wait till these lads are all on the big shows that Frank's putting on, and the public at large will get a chance to see what I'm talking about.
Give us the other names coming up behind them, because we've seen a few of them here, and like I say, they're all making a name for themselves. Yeah,
we just took those to Frank as a sort of introduction and to show him the sharp end of it. But right there with him, with this young Conor Butler, who's 4-0 now. He was a 3-time national champion, bantamweight. Is an absolute beast in the ring. Great little boxer, great talent, crowd pleasing, excellent style. Got a young Jack McKinley, who a welterweight, big puncher. Jack been with us for many years as an amateur. Had his pro debut a little while ago. Definitely want to watch Harry Woods, Jonathan Walsh, and I've got a female called Carly Skelly. She doesn't train with me, I manage her, but she trains with a coach called Sid Stanky at the North Mersey gym. Great prospects, them underneath. I mean, them on their own, even without the lads who have got at the top of things, them on their own constitutes a great stable. But you know, it's just that's just the talent coming through. And then we've got obviously the amateur squad, which the Everton Red Triangle amateur squad, which is such a strong squad. They win titles them every year. And
you don't do that as well, do you?
Yeah, yeah, busy. Yeah, we do that every night. So I've got help with the amateurs though. I mean, there's not just me. I've got a team of great coaches for the amateurs. They're brilliant. But we get good results in it. It's just a conveyor belt at the Everton Red Triangle where that's always been the way, and it's always coming through.
Now then, I suppose for you, the next opportunity for it all to come together, February 28th at Liverpool Grand Central. It should be some night, headlined by Nick Ball.
Yeah, that's a great build. We've got some great. We've got all my boxers, 8 of mine on the card. Nick Ball, Andrew Kane will be they're both doing 6 rounders on it. The rest will probably be doing 4s. And we've got a guest on it, Jay Metcalf, who's the Commonwealth champion, recently crowned. A great fighter, he'll be on it, bring some good quality to the show. A couple of other local fighters, I think we're putting about 13 bouts on. It's going to be some night, and again, for people who go to watch boxing, and they get to see sometimes early on things are predictable. You know which corner's going to be looking at but like with anything, it ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. You're expected to win, but how are you going to win?
You're going to break into song there.
Yeah. Don't get me singing, I don't know voice. But it's how you do it, and you go out, look at a young Mike Tyson. He's beaten a certain level of opposition, but it was the way he was doing it was like he hadn't seen before, and people want to see that, and they want to see the. So that's what you're going to get at this show. You're going to get these lads learning the trade, coming forward definitely, and coming up, climbing up the ladder. But you'll see things, you'll see special skills and special brutality, and these people going for it in a way that you don't see. You don't see from maybe the 1 or 2 fights on the show, but I'm talking about every one of them with a similar hell-bent attitude on getting the job done and looking good.
Now these shows are a collaboration between yourselves, Pat Berra, Black Flash, who's got a arrangement with Queensbury Promotions as well, and I understand you've got 5 lined up for your boys this year alone.
Yeah, thanks to Pat. Pat come to me a while ago. We saw that I had a lot of real talent in the gym, but we needed an outlet. These lads need to be busy. So he says to me, I know where you've come from. I've been there myself, and it's a struggle. He said, if you want to put shows on, work with me, and we'll put shows on together in the Liverpool area. So then, working with Pat, I was able to come back to my boxers last year and say, in January, and say, here's your 5 dates. They knew when they were boxing. No boxers get that really in boxing, and no matter who they're with. And then again, the same this year, we've come through and give them 5 dates again. So that's it's a great thing for them. They're not, most pro boxers, especially early on in the career, the box, and then they're sitting by the phone, and then the phone the manager, when can you get me on? Well, I'm trying my best, I'm waiting on a few calls, and my lads know 8 weeks from now you're back out again. Get yourself ready, get yourself
keeps them in the gym.
Yeah, keeps them in the gym and motivated.
It's got to be asked, the Scouse Lomachenko, Peter McGrail, a product of this very gym, who we all hope and pray will be winning gold in Tokyo later this year. Just tell us about him. I mean, he's been here from the day dot, hasn't he? Yeah,
he's here from like Andrew Kane. He's here from an 11-year-old. Went through the amateurs, won everything. He says he's won 8 national titles. I'm sure it's 10. No matter. He won a ton of European Commonwealth Games gold medalist, European gold medalist. He's the second Englishman to win a European title. Only the second since 1961. That's how difficult that thing is, to win. It's near enough impossible. I've been out there on the coaching those teams, and it's almost impossible to win it. He's going to a qualifier match in London in the Europeans. He has to medal to get it to qualify, and then it's out to, hopefully that gets done, and then he's out to Japan for the 2020